US President Donald Trump has said that the United States will ultimately prevail in the ongoing conflict involving Iran, stating that Iran will either compromise or be destroyed. Speaking before departing for China, Donald Trump told reporters that Washington has every option available to deal with the situation and added that he does not believe that the United States needs external assistance to handle Iran. He also indicated that while trade would be the central focus of his upcoming meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, the Iran conflict and the security of the Strait of Hormuz would also be part of their discussions. The war, now reported to be ongoing for more than 2 months, has significantly escalated tensions in the Middle East and affected global energy markets. And according to the reports, the United States has already spent tens of billions of dollars on military operations, weapons, and equipment that was related to the conflict, excluding additional damage caused to the military infrastructure. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has appeared before Congress requesting additional defense funding, warning that the United States requires massive long-term military investment in order to maintain global superiority. He also stated that the U.S. still retains multiple military options, including further escalation if necessary. Tensions have also been further heightened by developments in the region, as oil prices have surged by more than 3% as diplomatic efforts stalled, with Brent crude rising above $107 per barrel and West Texas Intermediate crossing $101. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has declared the Strait of Hormuz a widened operational zone, effectively expanding its military oversight of one of the world's most critical shipping lanes. And this has intensified concerns over global oil supply as a significant portion of international crude exports pass through the strait. Regional dynamics have also become more complex, with reports suggesting that Pakistan have allowed Iranian military aircraft access to an airbase for protection, though these claims remain unverified. Meanwhile, Israel has reportedly carried out multiple airstrikes in southern Lebanon, further widening the scope of regional conflict involving Iran-aligned groups. And in response to rising oil prices and supply instability, the United States has announced plans to release more than 50 million barrels from its strategic petroleum reserve, intended as a loan to stabilize energy markets. And diplomatically, the situation remains deadlocked. Negotiations between Washington and Tehran have not produced progress, with both the sides holding firm on opposing demands. And the United States continues to push for limits on Iran's nuclear program, while Iran has demanded broader concessions, including the lifting of restrictions and compensation-related conditions. And against this backdrop, Donald Trump's visit to China marks a critical moment in US-China relations. He is expected to meet Xi Jinping for the high-level talks spanning several days, including a formal banquet and working sessions. While trade disputes remain the primary agenda, both the leaders are expected to address global security concerns, including the Iran conflict and tensions surrounding Taiwan. The United States is also seeking Chinese cooperation in influencing Iran, given Beijing's role as a major buyer of Iranian oil and its ongoing diplomatic ties with Iran. China, however, has pushed back against US pressure and has continued to emphasize dialogue and regional stability. It has also maintained that sanctions and unilateral measures complicate efforts to de-escalate the crisis. Pakistan has reportedly played a mediating role between Washington and Tehran, with China expressing support for continued diplomatic efforts in order to reopen critical shipping routes and stabilize the region. Overall, the situation reflects a rapidly escalating geopolitical crisis, combining military confrontation, energy insecurity, and intensified great power diplomacy, with the outcome of upcoming negotiations in Beijing likely to have significant global consequences. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.